They say charity starts at home, and so it is with Oxfam. It all started here in 1942 when a group of 8 philanthropists met in this room, the old library at St Mary's Church. In 1947 they set up in this little place on Broad Street, which became their very first shop and office. 70 years since then, Oxfam is one of the world's biggest aid and development organisations, their name a byword for charitable deeds. To commemorate their milestone, a very special performance took place on Sunday the 14th at the Oxford Playhouse. Entitled 8 Stories High, it featured appearances from 12 stellar guest supporters, including journalists Ian Hislop and John Simpson and writer Victoria Hislop. Also making contributions were 2 actresses, Harry Potter's Bonnie Wright and Sex and the City's Kristen Davis. And just when you thought it couldn't get any more star-studded, Colin Firth and Coldplay also paid their tribute in dedicated video contributions. 8 Stories High has been billed as moving, thought-provoking and highly entertaining, showing the many strands that bring the story of Oxfam's work together.
After the attack, we managed to carry on and found...
I joined when there was an emergency, nearly 26 years ago, and I just thought I couldn't put my hand in my pocket, couldn't afford to give money, but I could afford to give my time. And I started as a volunteer, was a volunteer for 6 years, and then became a manager, and I've been here ever since.
If you had like a spare time and you want to help the others, you can come in shops and do what you most like.
I think it brings it to the fore to the young people now to realise that's how it started, and it's helped us get a lot more people volunteering. It's a big honour for us, and they say it's an honour for them, which is really quite ironical.
Everything I've found about Oxfam is they're not sentimental, they're pragmatic. They make sure that if you give them some money, they spend it properly. I remember when I saw the bucket that Oxfam had invented, and we're going back a bit, and it was just an extraordinary piece of engineering. But what it was straightforward practical help. And I always feel Oxfam is allowed to sound off about the bigger issues because they do the small stuff brilliantly. And if they say this is happening on the ground, it is.
Oxfam is not only involved in poverty eradication, like most people, like when people hear about Oxfam, sometimes, especially back home, they think of something like poverty eradication or whatever, but Oxfam is involved in any other sort of thing, sponsoring the film, bringing the film crew to air out our story to the rest of the world. So we just want the world to know that Oxfam is beyond poverty eradication. It also gets involved in all other things.
I think it's good to go back and remember how things begin, and then to celebrate. I mean, for me tonight it feels, it's a celebration of a huge achievement, from a small beginning to something totally international. And yes, I think looking back is always important.
8 Stories High is a collaboration quite unlike many things we've seen before. It's promising courage, passion, innovation and perspiration. But what's quite clear is that Oxfam has the wholehearted support of some of the world's best and brightest. And in an ever more problematic world, it will surely continue to inspire for many decades to come. This is Xin Fan reporting for Cherwell Online.